episode of Chocolate with Rain. I'm sorry, I have to contain my laughter for that video because every time I see it, I just bust out laughing. So, there's actually a lot of you in chat. I recognize your faces. So, I'm here with Full Metal TS1. As you can see, the cute little, Eevee picture I have below. Super nice. So, I'm with him in TeamSpeak, and we're going to be talking about what he does with Pew for Reps and his new event coming up. So, Full Metal, you want to introduce yourself?
I can't get a composure. I'm sorry. I am Full Metal TS1, a member of TDSN, creator of Pew for Reps. How y'all doing?
Looks like you have some court mates in chat already. And you're with, who is it, Scary Wormhole People?
Yeah, I am with Scary Wormhole People, TDSIN.
Yeah, so people who don't know who Scary Wormhole People are, I know Madden is a commentator for Even T, so he is also with Scary Wormhole People. And I really only recognize them because of you and Madden, Full Metal, and then I'm pretty sure you guys had some dude dressed up at FanFest in a Scary Wormhole People, cape and, tall hat and a staff or something, but it was pretty amazing.
Oh, that would have been EXO, our CEO.
That makes it 1,000 times better that it was your CEO.
Yeah, he kept telling us that he was gonna do it. I really wish I was there to see that one.
You could probably easily find a picture. Oh, that's EXO right there. Okay, Izuki. But it was a very good costume, Izuki. I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, so we're gonna go on to talk about Pew for Reps. I always just like giving him a shout out for that costume because a lot of people do cosplays. Then you have people who dress up as themselves or as their alliance. So, but anyway, Pew for Reps. I'm really distracted because of that video. But Pew for Reps. So everyone knows. Well, not everyone, but most people. I've had a couple months ago. I had Coffee Rocks on here who runs Broadcast for Reps and Spam for Heals, which is the suicide awareness and prevention organization, both within Eve and as a real life charity. And we talked with him about sort of the Broadcast for Reps side, which was Endgame. And so Pew for Reps is kind of an extension of that. Can you explain that a little more, Full Metal?
Yeah, Pew for Reps is a pub fleet that is made to help build awareness for Broadcast for Reps, and not only for Broadcast for Reps, but for Care for Kids, Spam for Heals, etc. There are still a bunch of groups I'm learning about today that I didn't even know about.
Okay, yeah, and so I guess it's super easy to relate it immediately, I guess, to Broadcast for Reps, since Pew for Reps is kind of similar name, but like you said, Care for Kids. I think multiple times you've mentioned the Angel Project, probably, who is it, Best of Us, I guess, is the military extension of that as well. So you mentioned it's like a public realm, so I'm assuming you mean MPSI, correct?
That is very correct. It is definitely MPSI. If my CEO was not in the fleet and I saw him out in space with Pew for Reps fleet going out, I would be more than happy to shoot EXO.
Well, now that he's heard you say that, I'm hoping that means he will join all of your fleets to avoid being shot at now.
We can only hope.
So, I've talked to a couple other people about MPSIs. So MPSIs are really, at least in my realm, nothing new. But can you kind of explain why you decided the MPSI format versus, other Roam or fleet formats?
I decided MPSI for the simple fact it provides more targets. Yes, it'll be against friendlies. Yes, it'll be against people that you may know. But for the sake of everybody, it creates a target that everybody can shoot at, or everybody can shoot at, and it makes it easier on everybody because honestly, it just gets down to it's annoying. I can't shoot him because he's a friendly, you know.
I get what you're saying. So, I always find that really obnoxious, not being able to shoot blues, especially when most people, depending on your, alliance or corp, but a lot of people near you may be blue, so it greatly decreases targets. I see you.
Oh,
You're apologizing to Min Chat. Sorry, what were you saying?
For MPSI as well, for Wormhole Space, we really don't have blues out here, so It's already a target-rich environment for me, but for people out there in nullsec and lowsec, yeah, they might have blues and they also have reds.
Yep, that makes sense. And do you guys go out? I know on the fleets that I've been on with you, especially the one last week, we didn't go to any wormholes, but do you guys mostly go to null and low?
It very well depends on how our targets pop up. There might be one wormhole that, hey, we can fight in here, or we can go out to nullsec right afterwards and go out to there. It depends on where we can go. It's not always a gate to gate type of deal as K-Space.
Okay, nope, that makes sense. So it's in PSI. That means pretty much anyone can join, and you can pretty much hopefully shoot anyone. Have you guys had a lot of turnout from any particular organizations? I know I show up, but I'm pretty independent of a lot of other organizations. So, like, what's mostly the format of your turnout?
Well, Carker, CCP Carker, she is always there. She's been to every one of my fleets that I've had, I think, except for one, and I was gone for that fleet. But as for people that join, yes, I do have a lot of repeat joiners, just because they have all had fun in the past, and they all enjoy what's going on here, and they all know and want to help make everything bigger and help make it more known of what's going on.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Do you guys get a lot of, I don't want to say advertisement. Do you guys feel like you really get the word out when you're like flying through a system or flying through space?
That's kind of a tough question to ask. I have had a few people. I think right now it's actually more along the lines of you can ask a few people, and they'll know what I do, who I am, and then you ask another group of people, and they're just like, "Who is this guy? Why does he matter to me?" It just varies on the environment that I'm in.
Yep, that makes sense. And Eve's an interesting game because obviously I would say with your NPSI group that you're not going to be able to reach all edges of space, and that same with I guess advertising it, because I see you tweeting and you mentioned a Reddit post. There's probably forum threads, but it's very difficult, I would think, to reach everyone just advertising the fleet, let alone being able to reach them all on the fleet.
That is oh so true. Right now, I'm reaching out to every corner of Eve I can. I've reached out to PL, Wingspan, Spectre Fleet, you name it. I've tried reaching out, and I want people to reach out to me as well, asking me questions about what's going on, anything that's going on, when the next fleet is. And of course, there's always my pub chat, and there's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's definitely a good source of different people in there from just about every genre you can think of at the moment.
And what is your pub chat for those listeners?
The pub chat is simply put Pew for Reps, as in the title, and that's all it is.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll type that in chat actually for people. Oh, you typed it for me. Awesome.
I had to turn off all of my distractions, pings, and what have you.
Are you getting a lot of pings? Are people like poking fun at you for like being on a stream and talking and whatnot?
Yeah, my Slack is blowing up right now.
Tell them to give you some. Tell them to give you a break. Like it's tough being on streams and it's tough being interviewed, especially by. Actually, I'm kidding. I'm not like a hard ass or anything.
I've closed out all the channels, and unless they have my phone number, they won't be reaching me at the moment.
If your phone rings like the next like hour or something, I'm gonna laugh pretty hard at that.
I think I would laugh hysterically and put it on speaker so everybody can hear too.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so you mentioned that you've been reaching out to a lot of groups. Is it just, I know you have a fleet coming up, but have you done this in the past? Have you reached out to groups like saying, hey, there's a fleet coming up, Pew for Reps, just letting you know, FYI? Or is this like kind of the first time you've done that?
This is the first time I've gone out to reach out to other groups just so I can get more people there. Normally, it's, I might pop up on somebody's stream, like Fintaru. I know he's hoarded me out a little bit. Or just, I guess, no, I have not reached out to other people in the past. This is going to be the first time that I have gone out to do something, try to get more people involved, and as many people as I possibly can involved.
All right. So this might be a tough question, but how are you looking to get other people involved? So let's say somebody's watching this episode now, and they just so happen to tune in and hear this. And they want to be involved? What would you recommend? Do you just want people to show up to the fleet? Do you want people to fight? People to supply, I guess, prizes or something along those lines? How do you want people involved?
Really, if to get people involved, it's all in a matter of how they want to do it. If you want to play with me, I am all for it. I really am, and I invite anybody and everybody to come fly with me. That's anybody and everybody in the EVE universe. Don't care who you are. Come fly with me, and let's go have fun. If you're going to come fly against me, again, it's more than invited. I would absolutely love it. Just because you're taking time out of your day to come show up for something that that has been put together and I'm running, and that's okay with me. As for people want to donate prizes and what have you, again, that is more than welcome. Every fleet, or I don't want to say every fleet, but here within recently the past 2 or 3 fleets, we've had a very generous donator every time. Tovanis, he's been a big supporter of Pew for Reps, and he's donated a bunch. He's also brought caps a bunch of times. It's been absolutely amazing, just going out and having fun. So if you want to get involved, join the Pew for Reps chat. What's going on, when it is going on, and of course, it's up to you if you want to come fly with or against me. But overall, I just want you to have fun. That's my goal.
Awesome. And you said prizes were a new thing, correct? Tovanis has been donating those. What kind of prizes? Just to entice people.
Faction battleships has been a big one. Also, ISK has also been pretty big. The last one I had 2 Vindicators that were donated to Mercurials, a billion ISK, and then the guy who donated to Mercurials also bought a carrier hull for someone that won the prize. And then EveBet gave out a bunch of EveBet codes. I guess the last fleet donated was about 10 billion ISK-ish. I don't know how much Vindicators or Mercurials are going for right now, but there is still a good chunk of change out on the field and given away.
Wow, that is a lot. Holy cow! I think I had one of the Vindicators, which I passed up on, but I did not realize that's how much it was in monetary value, 10 bill plus.
Overall, I don't know how much has actually been, donated for prizes. I haven't been keeping tabs on that. It's just one of those, oh, hey, you're giving this to me to give out to other people. By all means, I would do that.
Yeah.
And I try to limit it to, select people that I know don't necessarily need it, but just, I guess don't necessarily need it because of whatever reason. So I also pull out my corp a lot of the times from winning the prizes, just because we are wormholers. We can go out and buy the prize, in 5 minutes of work.
So your guys, your corp generally, I know a lot of them show up, but then you don't let them win the prizes either, to kind of keep it fair.
If there's a decent amount of them, or just a lot of people in the fleet, I'll do my best to keep it fair. That way, neutrals that have joined the fleet can win prizes.
Nope, that totally makes sense, and I think most people would probably encourage that. And there was a question in chat from Minx1607, but I think it's sarcastic, and he goes, "Can girls join your fleet?"
Girls are more than welcome to join the fleet. Anybody is more than welcome to join the fleet, right? Regardless of background, history, anything like that, who you've flown with, if you've killed me, pod me, etc., you're more than welcome to join the fleet. Anybody is. So Minx, yes, you girls can join the fleet.
He's in my chat a lot, and he shows up to these episodes a lot, and I think he asks questions that are really blatantly obvious, but he just I think it's a subtle troll.
No, what Exo did is a subtle troll.
Why, you don't actually flirt with the people you fly with?
I try not to, just because 9 times out of 10 they're, miles away or continents away.
I like how you just don't straight up say, no, I don't flirt with them. You say, I try not to, as though, like, it's just like a can of worms.
It is a can of worms, and that's one I don't want to open. I kind of want to stick local with somebody.
That's okay. I don't think Eve has ever been a dating video game, so I think you're pretty good there.
I would certainly hope so.
Everyone's just giving you crap. So we'll ask the next question. I guess this isn't really a question, but Emma Divalone says, and the Behemoth won't be the shiny ship on field. Do you know what he or she may mean? I'll say she because Emma's a female name.
I want to say that it's not going to be the only shiny ship on field. Will it be the most expensive or not? I don't know. No one's contacted me about anything worth more than about 20 bill that's going to be on grid. So, yeah, only. Okay, I see that now. It's not going to be the only shiny ship on field. So, I think they're going to be bringing a very shiny Archon, if I remember correctly, because he's gotten a hold of me about it.
Nice. Then not bad. So we're talking a lot about the Behemoth event, but I haven't actually explained. I guess we haven't actually explained what it is. Do you want to give maybe like a quick elevator speech of what the Behemoth event will be?
Yeah, no problem. So, the Behemoth event, or nicknamed the Behemoth Project, is probably going to be my biggest Pew4Reps fleet I've had. The primary goal of the Behemoth Project, the VHE Project, is to help raise awareness for Broadcast for Reps and for Heals, and the other groups that hopefully will be there. And they want, and my goal is that way people can learn about these other groups out there and what they do, because I am actually still learning about these different groups. There's some groups that I've heard about just now today. There's some groups I've known about for a long time. So my goal is to get as many of these groups, basically not just Broadcast for Reps, but all these groups, get them more. I don't want to say knowledge, but more people to know them. Yeah, there we go. That's the ultimate goal. That's the big thing about this, and I personally do not want to be known for this. I just want people to know more about the groups and what they do. And I'm hoping Zach makes a video and it has a long list of everything and has all the groups and like little links in the description, all that great fun stuff.
Yep, and I know, I was gonna say I haven't talked to Zach, but I know he usually does a really, really good job at those videos, and he loves crediting people. He's got a pretty good reputation within the Eve community, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, Fintaru linked me his video for commercial, I guess, for his YouTube channel, and the song he chose is just absolutely amazing. So I've been listening to it, nonstop, like every other person does with every other new song. But the video itself is very well done, very well put together, and I've seen other videos that he has made. They're all very well done, and I really hope he can do as good as a job with the VHE project.
And do you expect that will be out before or after the project actually takes place?
I'm expecting after, unless he wants to make like a YouTube advertisement, then I obviously want that one to be made before, but beggars can't be choosers. I'll take what I can get at video.
Yep, and do you want to say when and where this will be taking place?
Alright, so if you haven't seen the forums or the Reddit post, or if you're not in the pub chat Pew4Reps, the event will be August 28th. Form up time is 1800. We will be forming up in Dodixie, Moon 20, Federation Navy Assembly Plant, like always. The depart time will be 1900, 1930, depending on, if people are still coming in. And for people that need a low-sec staging system, just because they're pirate or whatever it may be, Austin Gale. Is that Austin Gale? Yeah, Austin Gale is the rally point for you guys. As for where it'll be, where it's going to take place, I'm going to keep that hush-hush until closer to the event.
Yeah, avoiding a immediate gate camp when you undock from high sec would be a pretty good idea, I would think. All right, so if you have those links as well, feel free to throw them in chat. I don't think you'll get like timed out or anything. I think links are allowed as far as I know.
Yeah, let me open up like 5 new tabs real quick.
Or I can maybe pull them up because I know I've been grabbing them as well.
I've got the Reddit one right here.
Oh yeah, go for that one. Sweet. So now,
the Reddit post has a link to the forum post as well.
Okay, awesome. Oh, Emma has that too. I was gonna say now everyone else can go and find that, especially because I think Twitch VODs are actually saved with the chat now, so people who watch this after can see.
Awesome.
Which is probably really good, because I don't want you to read out the link so other people can find it. But yeah, so now that people know where the VHE project link is and like that event coming up, do you think, I know the VHE project is kind of nicely timed since the Shadow of the Serpent event is probably closing up soon, and then I know like those blueprints are now coming out as well, like people have them and they're able to build. Do you think that you're going to be doing any other sort of big event like this, or do you think you're going to continue with the monthly Pew for Reps roams?
I'm definitely going to continue with the monthly Pew for Reps roams. If I get another generous donator, or the same donator decides to, donate again, Iron Banker or Iron Bank, I will definitely have more big fleets like this. But the monthly Pew for Reps fleet will definitely continue regardless.
Awesome. And do you have, I know, I was gonna say, are those like any certain type, or any certain time of day or time of month that you have it at?
I generally try to keep it to weekends, just because I work all week, and with my new with my new work schedule, I work 6 days a week. So it honestly will depend on the date, but it'll always be a weekend. For sure will be a weekend. The times, I've tried to keep them, good times for everybody across the world. That way everybody can join. Obviously, with my times being set up, the Australians and the people on the other side of the planet that play will have to stay up either really, really late or get up really, really early. But for the most part, it's going to be generally the same time it's always been. Form up time 1800 and depart time 1900.
All right, awesome. So now people can keep an eye out in the future if they ever wish to join.
Oh yeah, and again, if people have any questions, comments, or concern, you can mail me in-game at FullMetalTS1. That's no problem at all.
Nice, that'll be good. Yeah, that's the same as your Twitch name as well, if people need that. I'm trying to think. Have you done other MPSI events, or have you done any of these other, I want to say large, like, I'm thinking of like Kill a Titan for a Kid type events. Have you done those before?
Tried going to some of those, but other things would normally get in the way. There was a Titan event, about a year ago, I believe. Yeah. I tried going to, but there was so much tie-dye, and gate campers insta-killed me before I could actually get there, so it sucks, but I mean, I tried. That's what matters.
Yeah, and well, I was thinking because like a lot of like events like these, especially when you promise like blingy capitals to kill, do create like a lot of hype, and then there are a lot of people who show up, which can create a lot of tie-dye and a lot of chaos. Do you anticipate this event having that kind of effect, or do you see it as something a little different, where I know big NPSIs like Spectre Fleet end up just having 250 people, but they go out roaming until they die?
Spectre Fleet's actually a good example of my fleets. Their fleets are huge, and they are what looks to be always fun. I've never actually gone out with them. I've been wanting to, just to learn more about how they operate and maybe try to integrate it how Pew for Reps operates. But as for this event in particular, I'm actually expecting tie-dye to be at 10% or 90% or whatever it is. And I'm expecting a lot of people. I've mailed CCP and asked them to or ask them to reinforce the server on the dates I have planned and where I plan on going with it. So hopefully tie-dye won't be that much of an issue, but you know, everything will come around.
Yes, and for those unaware, I know you may email them, but there's also a form I believe you can submit if you know a specific system that you're going to be in, and so you can remake that request of, hey, can you please reinforce this server node, and they'll do that like downtime the day before your event is planned. And I know that's how people survived those big war fights and whatnot, is they would submit those. But you have to do it for every. So I know you're roaming, so I know if you have like a route planned and you're going like 10 jumps, and I know you're gonna be with capitals, which will be slow. You have to like reinforce every single one, because if a big fight breaks out and like the system over, apparently the node doesn't cover it, which is really weird, but that's how it works.
This event's going to be a little bit different than how I've done other events. Normally, when I take a Pew for Reps fleet out, there's probably 30 to 50 of us on average, and you know, we don't really get into the big fights that happen like what you see on YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. My fights are usually just small brawls. We're outnumbered 2-1, but we still have fun. This event, it's been planned out to where it's going to take place in one certain system, and that's where the Behemoth will be. There will be a Sino there. That way, everybody can warp there, and you know, everybody can be there. And I've already asked to get that specific system reinforced. So hopefully, things will go good on that aspect.
That is awesome. I'm kind of glad to hear that, and now I'm kind of sad because I absolutely hate fighting in tie-dye. I don't know. I think like every person doesn't like fighting in tie-dye, but like it's kind of a necessity with the way Eve runs.
Tie-dye is cancer, just like this Vipple.
You're gonna have a no Svipple doctrine when you do this?
I'd have to actually sit down and make a Svipple doctrine, but I might do that in the future.
That'd be pretty fun. But no, I'm glad to hear more, I guess, because I've been talking to you one-on-one to learn a lot about this, so it's kind of difficult to come up with questions with answers I potentially already know or may not know. I know you mentioned Iron Bank earlier, so we can ask about, like, if you're able to share, like, who are the sponsors that you've had or the people who have been helping out. You mentioned Tovanis as well. Do you want to go into that a little more?
Yeah, so Iron Bank from I1ISK, he's the one that actually went out and bought the Behemoth, and he was basically like, here you go, make sure it blows up and make sure you have fun, it's all for a good cause, don't worry about paying it back, you know. And I was out absolutely awestruck by that. My jaw hit the ground. I was so happy when it happened. I wasn't expecting that at all. So he has been a very big contributor, and I can't stress that enough. And then yeah, Tovanis, he also has been very big help. He's been to a lot of the fleets. I think he's been to all the fleets actually. He's donated. He's willing to make sure his kill boards is wrecked to make sure other people have fun, and that's awesome. That's what I do in the Eve. I make sure people have fun. If we would have lose, as long as we had fun, it was worth it for me. Let's see here. You have also been very big on supporting me. Fintaru, the solo PvPer streamer, I've flown with him, flown against him a few times, but he's also been very big supporter. He puts links in his streams, you know, stuff like that. He's also going to be streaming the event along with you and a few other people that I know of. But yeah, there are too many people to name out, and I would probably spend about an hour just naming people.
Well, it's good to know that you have a massive list of supporters. That's actually really positive to hear, especially for events like these where it's like, I want to say like Ironbank said, he just expects the Behemoth to die. It's not like you're getting a free Behemoth to just run off with or anything, but it's more of raising the awareness, helping people out, and I guess having fun.
My corp actually trolled me about that when I got the Behemoth. They're like, oh, that's on the test server, that's on Sissy, you know. Nah, he didn't just give it to you and da-da-da-da. everybody's starting to accept the fact and learn, hey, I've actually got this ship. It's fitted up. I've got all the implants and everything I need for it. It's fitted up. It's ready to go. And I really want to bump the date for it, but I really can't because, dates are set in stone. Can't ruin the event. Can't ruin the fun before it actually happens.
Emma is asking how shiny is it going to be, the Behemoth?
So, I have 7.5 bill invested into the Behemoth fit/implants. The pod itself is worth about $1.5 bill, maybe $2 bill. I'm not 100% sure. And the Behemoth fit has at minimum 6 bill on it right now. I'm looking to get more purple. So anybody willing to donate, go for it. I would really love to have more purple on it just to wreck my killboard even more.
Wow, that's gonna be pretty nasty when you lose that.
Yeah, but like I said a minute ago, it's all for the fun. As long as people have fun, I'm good to go. I'm GGG.
I got you. I was gonna say, I know the Pew for Reps realm itself, the NPSI, actually is a fleet, so the Behemoth's not gonna be just sitting out in space, just dying. So do you guys expect like a pretty good brawl to go down, or do you think that you and the Behemoth is just gonna be like instantly blapped off the field?
Honestly, I don't know what to expect. I've been raised with the motto "Hope for the best, plan for the worst." So I've gotten in contact with PL and a few of the other groups that would have the possibility of just dropping 2 times, DDing and run away. I would very not like that to happen. On all honesty, I want more people to show up. That way, more people can shoot it. I do have a few other caps with me, so I will have some reps and some other DPS and some other targets that everybody can shoot at. Also, with the fleet, I'm hoping that the fleet will be able to get there in time, or not in time, but get to the target system, and then I can just basically undock and warp to the spot I had in mind, and we're good to go. That way, people can just warp to the Sino and be able to start shooting everybody up. How this is all going to happen, I honestly don't know. Spectre Fleet said that they should be able to help out. So, like, let's use some for example. Spectre Fleet shows up and they're right next to my fleet. Is it going to be a do we brawl right here, or are we just going to sit here anxiously locking each other up and hoping we don't shoot at each other? And then a third party shows up and everybody's just like, oh hey, let's shoot them type of deal.
Yeah, so it's not going to be a side A versus side B is what you're pretty much getting at. It's going to be a sort of chaotic ball of fire of people fighting each other. And then
it's going to be a Thunderdome, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then as long as everyone can whore on the kill mills, I think that's all that people really care about, it seems like.
Yeah, so if you want to fit a smart bomb or a target painter or something, do that. That way you don't actually put, real DPS on the ship, and that's more for the capitals that will be coming. That way I just don't get, foreshotted by another dread or something.
Yeah, although as much as being doomsdayed would not be fun, watching someone get doomsdayed is actually really, really fun.
I've actually never seen that. I haven't seen that, nor has it ever happened to me, so that'll be a new experience for me.
You'll know when all the Titans have you locked and then they start glowing, and you're just gonna be like, oh man, now I die. Because, like, there's nothing you can do. It's pretty much you get volleyed off the field if multiple Titans do it, or if you have a really bad tank, which it doesn't sound like.
I'm hoping I've done a little bit of preparation to ward off that from happening. That way more people can actually whore on it. But cool. I won't know until the actual event happens, so we'll have to wait and see.
All right, and that will be I'm trying to think. It's like 3 weeks from now, right? Yeah, it's like
the event is the 28th. Yeah, it's 3 weeks from now. 3 weeks exactly, actually.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get to see. I'll definitely be there. I know for sure. Hopefully we get to see, I assume everyone in chat, and then tons more. I know Spectre Fleet always does a really good turnout. From what
the guy from Spectre Fleet was saying, is that they usually get a good 200 to 300 people if they can guarantee a capital at least one. I told the dude I'll have at least 2, so 2 and the Behemoth. So there's that.
Nice. So if people can't get on at least the Behemoth, they can whore on other things as well.
Yeah, that's also my goal. So I also plan on whoring on other capitals that are there, just so I can, whore. and and to make sure other people die. And I fully 100% expect all of my fleet that'll be there just to be like, there's the Behemoth, let's shoot it once and then shoot everybody else.
Yeah, I just think it's I just find it really funny that you're like, I'm totally willing and accepting the fact to make my kill board red, and then you're like, I'm definitely gonna whore on everyone else's kills.
I mean, what's the point? I have a smart bomb for a reason.
That is true. And those are like the bane of my existence as well. If that, like, as a Logi bro, like, it fucking sucks when someone smart bombs, then everyone broadcasts. And then your drones die.
That or somebody launches a bomb. Yeah, I know. I've done plenty of logistics work.
Yeah, like, I love MPSIs and I love flying on these things, but like there have been so many that I've done and I'm like, man, I could have hored, but my drone died because someone smart, or like the Capitol smart bombed, or like everyone's broadcasting for reps and I literally had, like, people are dying because I can't find them in all the other like broadcasts.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually ever done. No, I have done a logi for Magic Gate, I think it was, but that was back when NoHo was still around. No holds barred.
Yeah. Although I want to say, I guess your MPSI has actually been really good because from my experience, I don't think anyone really tried to whore on anyone else's kills like via smart bombs. I think maybe you did mention Karker, and so some of the CCP devs, when they start dying, everyone kind of shoots them. You get the CCP tank going, and then they die. And so
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When CCP Lurkin and I think it was CCP Alpha brought the two carriers on one of the fleets, I definitely whored on one of them. I even told them on comms, I'm like, "Hey, I'm whoring on you now. This is the time for everybody to do it."
yeah, so I think that's honestly the only time in your fleets or your NPSIs where people have actually whored on other kills, but like most of your fleets go pretty smoothly from a logic perspective. I don't know about a DPS perspective or whatnot.
I would say, yeah, for the most part, they go pretty smoothly, and people generally try to follow broadcasts and target calling as best as they can. I understand that some people are just new to Eve in general, some people are new to PvP in general, and some people are bitter old vets that are just like, no, fuck you, I'm doing. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, but no, I'm doing this over here.
That's okay. I think our channel's rated mature as far as I know, but I swear all the time on here, so I really hope it's acceptable.
I do too. I swear, I cuss like a sailor.
That's okay. This is Eve. Everyone should be at least 18 plus, I hope.
Should be, but we all know that one 17-year-old.
That is true. That is true, sadly. But I think those are the majority of questions I have. I know I kind of asked you probably repetitive or quote unquote dumb questions for someone like me, since I should know what an MPSI is and how you run your fleets. But if chat or anybody else has questions, or if you have anything more you want to add, as I say, otherwise I think I covered everything.
Let's see here. Let me take a look-see real quick, see if I have anything to add.
Chat, do you have questions? Besides Minx asking if girls are allowed? Because girls are allowed. Minx is now claiming he is 9 years old.
Minx, if you're 9 years old, I have to give you a lot of credit because you're a very smart kid.
Don't give him too much credit. He tries to be super sassy.
We all do in hindsight.
True. Oh, I don't have a question, but I have an absolutely hilarious story from the very first Pew for Reps room I did. So, I don't know if you know this, but the way I found out about Pew for Reps was I was sitting in a MAR, and people started calling out, I think it was CCP Larrikin and CCP Karker. in chat. And so I was like, oh, hey, and I waved. And Larrikin's like, hey, Rain, do you want to join our realm? And I was like, really confused, but I agreed. So I joined, and that's when I was like, oh, join the Pew for Reps channel. And I think Max Singularity was there, Coffee Rocks was there, Scared Wormhole people were all there. So I joined comms, talked to you guys. It was super intimidating because I had like no idea what was going on, but like I was streaming and I was just like, sure, I'll join the roam, and you guys actually let me stream it, so I was super thankful for that. And then I managed to get Elise Randolph in the fleet, and we take off. We go. I don't even remember where we went, but I do. That might have been the one where you hoard in on the capitals, because we barely made it like 2 jumps into Nullsec, and we get attacked, and it's by none other than a Pandemic Legion fleet. And it was really funny because CCP all immediately dies. There were like 5 of them, and they were just gone. Like nothing could have saved them. And then you and Glasgow as the FC and the backup FC immediately die as well. So we're like, who's the FC? Like, who do we have? Do we have like a tertiary FC? And we didn't. And it was like absolutely hilarious because like nobody, like I had no idea what to do. I had no idea how to FC. Like a lot of people I think were in my boat. And then the only FC we have is, sure enough, Elise Randolph. And he starts, I remember him go really quiet, and he's like, so, let's just shoot this guy. And he starts broadcasting primaries. So everyone anchors up on Elise. And, like, granted, we were outnumbered pretty hard, and we were all dying. But he starts calling primaries. Not only, like, as an FC, but as an FC against a Pandemic Legion fleet. And I just thought it was the funniest thing, and I had so much fun. And like the like 2 minutes we were out in Nullsec, from the hilarity of like the chaos and the situation, and like that is when I fell in love with those fleets.
Yeah, I remember that fleet oh so well. That was the one where this was the first time I've actually had devs combo me, and I'm used to, and along with everybody else, probably used to, a chat conversation popping up and just cluttering up your screen. Not with devs, it just kind of it pops up, and you're just, wait a second, I don't remember accepting that. That was my first time talking to devs, and they're like, so we want to bring carriers. Okay.
So,
speaking of devs, Karker, I'm expecting her to be there. She's like there all the time, and she's been phenomenal every fleet. Generally, yeah, she's my CCP tank, but stuff happens. But I think CCP Alpha, I want to say, or Sledgehammer. Well, yeah, Alpha commented on the Reddits saying that he should be there, and then Sledgehammer Glasgow messaged Sledgehammer, and he said that, or Glasgow asked him if he would come, and Sledgehammer said he would. So I'm hoping to have at least 3 devs this time around. I'd like to have more, like the first fleet I ran, which had, oh gosh, how many devs did I have that fleet? Like 6 or 7?
Yeah, I think it was a lot, and I just remember being super surprised. Like I think that might have been the first time I saw CCP Alpha, and then now I actually see him in like Twitch chats and stuff. And he speaks Russian, and I was super impressed by him because we were just flying around, and he was like talking to the locals in Russian. I was like, holy shit, they have like a diverse group of devs. Like blew my mind.
That is pretty cool. I know that they have devs from all across the world, but just the fact CCP hired, or the fact that, I don't want to say something that'll sound bad, but it's going to come out bad anyway. So the fact CCP would hire people all across the world for their game is awesome. It's a very well diverse community, and I absolutely love the EVE community. These guys, you're all a bunch of assholes, but hell, I love flying with you.
Yeah, and then so Minx he asked us a few minutes ago about, why do NPSI? Are you trying to create content or just for fun? Minx, you asshole.
Honestly, NPSI was the first thing that popped into my head on the type of fleet I should run. Of course, I want to create content. And for fun, yeah, of course I want to have fun. That's the point of everything. As long as people have fun, I had fun. A little story on that one. About a month ago, I want to say, I YOLO'd one of my triage faxes into a fleet that, was very well outnumbering us in Thiessen, and every time I undocked it, I knew I was going to die. It survived a few fleet fights and actually was the fax that transformed from the Archon I had a long time ago. But it it was a very shiny fax. On Zkill, it came out to be like 7 bill, and that was the fax with the pod. So, ooh, what's that on your dinghy?
I think that's a Sino.
That was a blue Sino, so I'm kind of lost on that one. Anyways, uh, anyways, the fight was going very well, and then I started getting nuded out really badly, and you know, of course, it died. RFC comboed me. And he's like, "Dude, I'm so sorry you lost your cap," and I simply replied, "I had fun. Other people had fun. I don't care. 10 out of 10 would do again." And he got a chuckle out of that.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's super nice when people are considerate, like when you do lose something, because yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, I think Eve's one of the few games where like you can completely be obliterated in a fight, but if it's fun and like a really close match, it's absolutely like worth it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth it. And again, 10 of 10, I would definitely throw the same, or I'd throw another fax machine at that same fleet, knowing the outcome was going to be not so great. As long as I had fun, as long as other people had fun, that's my goal always in Eve.
Yeah. And so Minx has pointed out that he's been on Spectre fleets, which is an MPSI, and they take so long to get to. It's boring. So, I mean, I can answer that one, but Minx, you should probably. I mean, so this Behemoth project event going on the 28th, you already know where it's going to be at, so you can actually station there early and then jump clone. And that's what I do. So you're able to get there right away, have your ship ready, kind of figure out where you're going, and then you just wait till you disembark. And since this one's being advertised, like Full Metal was saying earlier, once you get in the system, it seems like there's just going to be a pretty big ball of chaos and fighting.
Not only that, but to add on to it, generally on comms, people shit up comms. We shit up comms. Hell, we shit up comms all the time. And it's fun. So instead of it being quiet and going gate to gate to gate, you know, jump, do this, do that, we always have fun on comms. We're always talking to each other, and somebody somewhere has something funny to say or some type of advice to put out, and it's really cool. That's what I like also about my fleets is the fact that it's very laid back. It's very laid back, very easygoing, and anybody's welcome to be there.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Hopefully that convinces Minx to join us.
Oh yeah, I've definitely had a lot of fun doing these fleets, and from what I've learned, everybody else has had fun as well. I think this fleet I'll have a straw pool, asking people, you know, if they had fun or not, and then, but this fleet also in particular, it's not going to be like 20 jumps just to get to where we're going. I think it'll be like 4 jumps to get to the low sec staging area, and then like 4 jumps after that, so 8 jumps in total. Hopefully we don't get ganked on the way there, but it should be relatively quickly just to get to the event, and then when the event kicks off, I'm sure people will definitely come straight to us.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because, like, I remember our last fleet, like, moving capitals is slow. So it's a lot more enticing for people to either, like, wait, like, only 1 or 2 jumps out if we are moving, or just to immediately get to us because it's super, super easy.
And the capitals will they'll be signed in right next to the Behemoth. The Behemoth will be in the staging system, so we won't have much of an issue on that one. The subcaps, it'll be like 20 minutes maybe. If everything goes smoothly, it'll be about 20 minutes for them to get to the event, and then uh, we'll be kicking it off from there. And a lot of people will be showing up. Like I said, I'm expecting hundreds, if not 1,000+ people to be in local. So it'll be like Jita, just not as market scamming. Or scams, yeah, there we go. Just not as local scams.
That is good. That is good. Let's say local scams are no fun. So Naughty's asking, is the fleet today? And no, Naughty, it's the 28th. There is a Reddit thread, which I will scroll up and relink to you for information.
I've got it right here.
Man, you're making my life easy.
It's linked in the Pew for Reps channel, and I'm sitting in it right now, and it's just right there, so it makes life a little bit easier.
Yeah, I can't. Mine just shows my game in the background, so
Yeah.
I really don't.
Where?
I really don't. What's up?
I was going to ask where do you live at, but it looks like edge of Minmatar space.
It is in 9CG down in Quirius, and that is our citadel. And so those are probably, I would say, our ships sinoing in and out. So I don't know if I should be like streaming that, but whatever. They don't know what's coming.
Yeah, they don't know what's coming or going, so.
Yeah,
I need to go. I need to go AFK 1 second.
Okay. So, Nani, yeah, to recap, I'm talking to Full Metal TS1, and he's the guy who does the Pew for Reps roams, which are to help raise awareness about Spam for Heals, Broadcast for Reps, as well as Care for Kids, the Angel Project, and other various in-game and, I guess, out-of-game Eve-related charities.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back. So, yeah.
Brother wants me to run and get beer after this. It's gonna be another little while. It's fine. I'm playing Black Ops right now. I just laugh because they're always on consoles.
Yeah, that's interesting. Your brother plays consoles, but you play this probably like one of the hardest MMORPGs to learn.
I actually did get my brother into Eve, and he's with Ardraw right now. He's a recruiter in Ardraw, and he's been wanting to join my corp for a long time. And I keep telling him, train for this, and then you should be good. You have to go through the process, but you should be good.
Make him join Pew for Reps next time, so then we can all make fun of him.
He actually took the day off to be there, so he's going to be there.
I was gonna say that's some dedication for like. I know a lot of us get weekends off, but like actually deliberately taking the day off to join a roam is like some dedication.
Yeah, he usually works like Sunday to Monday or Tuesday to Saturday. His schedule's so weird. He works for the state.
Okay. So I think if nobody else has any questions, I believe I am out of questions or things to talk about, unless you have anything to add, Full Metal.
For the most part, I want to reiterate again that I have zero personal gain out of this. I really don't want my name to be known. I'm just, I guess, now a spokesman and I see events. My whole goal is to make sure Pew for Reps gets known, that Pew for Reps gets known, Broadcast for Reps, Care for Kids, etc. You know, all those different groups, that their names are getting known. That way more people will be able to be like, oh, hey, I didn't know that group was out there. Let me see what they do. I like what they do, etc., etc.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's super, super nice to have as well, because I know it's very difficult for people to find all of these organizations, especially when they don't know where to look, and this is a good way to help get the word out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And Minx, to answer your question about why don't I do an elite MPSI fleet, it's because it's no fun with elite. It's no fun with, you know, people that have been around longer. And in my experience, there's no such thing as the elite player in the Eve. I've seen a player that's been playing for 3 months kill a player that's been playing for 5 years. And that's actually happened to me multiple times. There's no such thing as elite, in my opinion. There's just, you know, hey, I did this a little bit better than you did. And the bigger thing is, I want everybody to come out and have fun. I want everybody to be there and, you know, enjoy it, not just certain people. I'm not trying to exclude anybody at all in these fleets. I want everybody to be there. And if you don't want to come and fly with me and you want to come and shoot at me, by all means, please do that. It's more than welcome. And if you can't be there, but you can watch a stream, you know, do that too. That's also helping raise awareness. You know, share it with your coworkers, share it with my friend, or share it with your friends. I've actually done that. One of my buddies that I not really work with anymore, but a good friend of mine that I've known for a while is actually watching the stream right now.
Nice. Shout out to him. Alright, with that, I will do my, I guess, outro, which is the same as my intro. It's a really funny video. But thank you all for hanging out. I'll be around next weekend as well. I believe I think the '07 show is actually next weekend, so I will probably be streaming after that. And I'm still debating on a topic. It's either AT commentators or I'll be talking with the CSM members again. So tune in for that. But thank you so much, Full Metal.
Yeah, anytime. And do keep an eye out on the '07 show for me, because I think the fleet's also going to be announced there. So I'm really excited about that. Again, thank you for having me here, and thank you all for listening to me talk about my fleet.
Yep, no problem. Take care.
You